Alright guys, another Seadoo video for you. This thing has been pretty consistent with trying to be a headache for me, so just trying to get all these stupid little loose ends figured out, but we made some progress today. So after fixing all these small leaks in the prior videos, it developed a big leak. And when I say a big leak, I would no sooner get the yellow one off the trailer and pull the seat off of this red one. I'm still waiting on the ECU from Torx, but anyway, when you get down in here looking, you could see water running across the floor in this direction from the back to the front, and you could hear water trickling as if it was falling a few inches. It sounded like a little waterfall. So, but I couldn't actually visually see where this leak was. Tried quite a few things. I had the exhaust off. I still wasn't able to pinpoint it. So I just basically got fed up. I had a friend here in the yard. It's all back on the floor now, or the ground, but anyway, we had a pretty tall board here on the front side. We lifted the trailer really high. I stuck the garden hose right in here, and I just started bailing the fresh water to it with it standing up high. So anyway, you'll see that video at the end. But anyway, I ran a lot of water before this thing finally started to leak. As you can see now, I've just got the drains out. It's still dripping. But anyway, after all this searching for this major leak that it had and not being able to see it, when I filled it with water, what I came to realize is that this piece here is where my leak is. So that's just a big truck going by. So anyway, it's capped off. Appears to be fine on the cap, but there was water leaking all out around this. So I'm not too sure. There's probably a seal up in there. There's probably something broken. But this was a tricky thing to find because the way it leaks inside, it is not visual. You just see water running across the floor and you're not actually able to pinpoint it. But on the inside, it is basically that piece back there, that black cap fellow with the two lines on it, is where the water problem is happening. And because it's cut out with that fiberglass hole there, you're not actually able to see the water leaking, which is what made it so hard to find. So I said the only way I'm actually going to find this is to do what I did, hoist the front up super high and just fill the hull full of water and see where it starts puking out. So anyway, that's gonna be this video. I gotta leave tomorrow for work, so I'm not sure if I'll bother tearing this apart later tonight or not. But at least we found the leak, we sourced it. I even had the garden hose hooked up to it in the yard. No leaks inside, everything's all good. So my problem is all right here. Right here. For whatever reason. So hope this helps you guys figure out where your machine's leaking if you have any issues. It's a 2004 GTX supercharged, but the GTXs, if it's not supercharged, it's the same machine to work on. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. RXP is working great, no issues at all yet with that. Almost 80 hours on it. Jake, I got this thing jacked up in the front size I can get it. I got the garden hose running in there. Look at this shit.
Are you putting that on?
Is that normal? That ain't supposed to be leaking there, is it? How do I fix that? Alright, so I did what I said I wouldn't do. I pulled the jet pump off. Pretty straightforward. Your reverse bucket's 10 mil. Your steering's a 10 mil. This guy here. And then you got 4 13s, 2 in the bracket, 2 in your pump, and then 4 17s in the back. So what I did was I pulled this piece out, because that's where my leak seems to be. So it's this unit. And it had this cap onto it, which the cap isn't leaking. So this was like so on there. But I'm not sure if that's supposed to work like that or not, but it seems to be an issue with this gasket, even though the gasket, other than this corner, it seems to be fine, and it seals on the top side, so I don't think that's affecting it. But I'm going to try lopping the silicone to this thing and bolting it back in the machine, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this will cure it. But if not, it's possible I may have to buy one of these valves from Bombardier and just replace it if it's improper, because like I can blow through it, suck through it, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of valve working, but I believe it's just a blow off for the exhaust. I'm not really too sure, but anyway, this is where it's been leaking. As soon as I put it in the water, like, the machine fills very, very rapidly with water. It would not be safe to actually take it out and drive it the way it is. So anyway, I'll get this siliconed up, put it back in the machine, and next time I get back to the lake to dump it in, hopefully it will not leak. But that's how I found it, and that's probably the only way to find it, really. I couldn't figure it any other way. I had it back to the lake 20 times with my head in there trying to see it, and no way. So I just said I'm going to fill it with water and see where it starts running out, and that's where she came out. So anyway, hope this helps you guys out. Thanks for watching again, and please subscribe. So I just put the old RTV gasket maker to her. That's what I have laying around the shop, so that's what I used. Proper stuff would probably be like your Marine 5200, would do a stronger, better job, but I think this will be fine. Hopefully cure the leak. But this is definitely where it was, so I've got a pretty good feeling that this will be the fix. And I mean, the gasket is, you know, almost 20 years old, so you know, you could just buy the new gasket, but my guess is the hull might have a slight warp into it. A lot of these older Seadoos, when you look in here, they're all spider cracked in the fiberglass, so I mean, there's a good chance that a small tiny amount of shift might have happened to the hull over the years. So silicone's your best friend in these situations. So I'm definitely no Seadoo genius, but in here on the inside, back here where those two lines connect to the piece I just took out, one hose end is right there with nothing connected to it, and the other hose end is right here with nothing connected to it. So I'm pretty sure these never got pulled off of the exhaust. I can't feel any fittings on the water box or the muffler there. So I'm just going to unhook the one and loop it around to block it off, and that should be the end of the leaks. So there's what I did. I just looped it around. I'm guessing that's some sort of a one-way valve that failed. Instead of only letting water out, it's now letting water in. Or it might have been the gasket where it was tore up in that corner. So I'll know more when I get it back to the lake, but that's where my water trouble's been. Aside from all these holes I fixed before, but this was a problem that started right after this.